morning, welcome to the Becoming Trader. I'm Christian Kump, and yeah, I'm the Becoming Trader. Just with the DXY and with the dollar pairs, what I expect this week is basically we're within this range. So we've taken the top of the range now. We've taken the top of the range, and we're just moving further down to the bottom of the range, and then we'll see where we go up from there. If we go up or down, or what's the plan there. So on the weekly, yeah, it's just we're in a range, basically in the middle of the weekly swing. So it could mean that we could be heading up higher from here. There's your impulse, there's your 50%, and now we're just ranging a bit, and then we look for higher prices. But so that's basically what on the 4 hour. We just having a look here. So basically, this is your whole impulse. This is your swing structure on the 4 hour. So we've taken out liquidity here, and it looks like we're going to be aiming for just some of these ascending lows. It could just mean that we take out these ascending lows, and then we continue up. But if we do break that, then we'll take out some more ascending lows, and then go from there. So that's sort of the plan with the DXY. There's still some imbalances open up here, like these highs here. This whole range here is still unmitigated. So so we're just looking to maybe, where's your order flow? So there's your order flow. And then so we're still within this order flow here, and actually I don't even consider that part of the order flow. I consider this whole thing as one order flow. So what we could do is just see this liquidity being hit, and from there we see further higher prices going up. So let's go to Euro USD. So what does that mean for Euro USD? Basically a similar thing. So on the weekly, we have taken this nice liquidity at the top here. We've taken that liquidity, and now we've just broken the structure at the bottom here. So that's a change of order flow there. So now what we're looking for is we've taken the liquidity at that point there. So now we can look for more sells from there. Okay, so we've taken liquidity there. Could we aim for these highs up here? Of course. That could be something that could be taken, or even we could close above here, then close below the order flow, and that will be the change in order flow, because at the moment the order flow on Euro USD is bullish. So I see the order flow from basically this sell is the impulse for that buy. So we're still bullish. So only if I would have to come all the way down here, which I don't see happening. So maybe from this liquidity point here, we come back down, close that. That'll change the internal bullish, the internal order flow, and then we come up here, close there, and then we close out somewhere down here, and that will create the new order flow down. and then we can continue going down. But yeah, that's so our swing structure is bearish from this point to this point. That's our swing structure. And what are we on here? So that's on the daily. On the 4 hourly, on the 4 hourly we have changed nicely to bearish. So I still see this. I see this as the first swing structure on the 4 hour. We have changed from a 4 hour bullish from this point here to, and now we bearish. But yeah, what I don't like about this high is that, to me, that high has not taken any liquidity, and therefore that high is liquidity. So I don't see the order flow changing here because this did not take any liquidity. So I do see the market can go up to that point as this arrow depicts, and then from there we see a change of character, and then we go further down. So you know, even on the 1 hour, there's not any and only on the 15-minute can you see some liquidity, and that's basically the liquidity that I'm going to aim for. So yeah, so that's what I see on Euro USD. Then on GBP USD, we're still swing bullish. So unlike Euro USD, where we have sort of moved to swing bearish, on GBP USD we're still swing bullish. So the only real thing that can change that is if we have taken that out there. We need to change internally. On the 4 hour, where I still see us as bullish on the 4 hour, but yeah, we need to take some more liquidity. There's no liquidity in this move here. There's no liquidity in that move there. So that becomes liquidity that we need to take before we can look for further longs. So yeah, so just keep it in mind. But structural wise, we're still, order flow wise, we're still bullish. This is still my order flow. We're not bearish because we didn't close above these highs yet, and once that happens, that could happen first. So we could close above here, close below one of the lows, the sell before the buy, close below that, get in there, and then that's your order flow switch. That's liquidity, and get in there, and then look for further shorts. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to be aiming for on GBP USD. On NZD, NZD is sort of in a range on the weekly. We are we're sort of between this range and this range. So on the, let's look at the daily. Daily, you could say we're no, that's a swing structure there, that's a swing structure there. So yeah, I would say swing structure wise we're bullish on the daily, and we've taken liquidity. So we've taken nice liquidity here. That was a good liquidity point, and now we're looking for further upside. On the 4 hour, it's quite nice. We've changed to bullish at that point there, and then we went up, and now we're just looking to continue going up. We sort of hit a mini range at this point here, where we just swiping the highs and swiping the lows, but not actually continuing the order flow or even breaking the order flow. We're just sort of swiping. We're not really changing anything. You can sort of say that this is a mini This is an inside liquidity point, and I'll say to there, and yeah, I sort of just sitting around there and not really going anywhere. There's not very nice highs, but there is a very nice low here. So once this point here breaks, I'll be looking for this point to break here, and but with a candle close, that will confirm to me that this is your impulse. There's liquidity. Yeah, definitely enter there and look for further longs. That's what I'll be aiming for. And what will we be aiming towards? Well, yeah, there's all these descending highs that I will aim for. Alright, so now onto the AUD USD. Let's do AUD USD. AUD USD is a tricky one because we're at the top of the range. But we haven't broken the range yet. We're just at the top of the range. So could today be the day that we close above it? We'll have to find out. And if we do, then we wait for the pullback to this liquidity point or so, get in there, and then we can look for further buys. Yeah, weekly. Yeah, we're still technically within this original impulse back from the 1900s or so, and we've taken all the liquidity in this move, all the liquidity, and now we're looking just to continue going, but there will be some points that will cause little pullbacks, like this point. This one is a very strong high. This one's not so much. We did take a little bit of liquidity, but it's not too strong. And it's not too strong because it didn't cause that much of a reaction, unlike this one here, which caused a big reaction down. And even that, when we took it, we took it a few times, and then it's just continued going. So AUD is very strong, but this will be our first target. That'll be our first target. So what can we do in the more near term? So yeah, so we've had a nice impulse, could say up to that point, and then took internal liquidity. That sort of took internal liquidity. I would rather see it as this to this point, sort of there actually, because we didn't close above that. To that point there, and then we took just the first internal liquidity, and from there we've been pushing higher. Now we just need to close above this high here, and that will confirm that we're in the next impulse stage, or that we've gone that this was an impulse stage. 4 hourly, yeah, it's been quite nice. We've just been ranging for the last, it's almost the last month or 2 months or so. We've just been ranging within that range, but now we seem to finally be going to break through it. And yeah, so we've had a couple of breaks, and then we're breaking through it again. So that could just mean that we're definitely looking to go to further highs. Yeah, so we're in a very peculiar spot of the market, so it'll be very risky to trade further longs, but it is possible. Yeah, we have broken above this high here. We've closed above that, which is good on the 1 hour, and yeah, maybe can even expect a pullback to this liquidity, and then from there we go further long. But there are not very nice lows here, so any of those lows can be taken before we look for further longs. But yeah, this is a very strong low, because it took a lot of liquidity. in that move, and now we're looking for further longs. It just depends from where, and ideally from either this point or one of these lows here. But this is perfect because it's a 50%. It's at the 50%. It's yeah, it's at the 50% range. It's within that order flow, within that sell before the buy, so it's perfect. That's what I'll be looking for. Okay, so then just on the USD CAD and USD CHF, this dumped a lot harder than I expected. Let's just go to daily. Yeah, but overall, there's so this sorry about the food block. It's 12 o'clock. There we go. So this was our range. This is just a liquidity part of the range. Why? Because it didn't take any. There's no liquidity that it took. So this is actually part of the range. Now we've taken that liquidity. Great. Liquidity. So we've taken that liquidity, and now we're heading out down further. There's a lot of ascending lows here that I'm looking to take out. So we're quite deep within the range at the moment. So it'll just be about just looking for pullbacks, like these pullbacks here. So sort of wait for a liquidity drop, that liquidity, and then you get in there. So that's something that I'll just keep looking for in the move down. You can see this liquidity drop down, then this liquidity here drop down. What that's it's not very good liquidity. That liquidity there drop down. So yeah, so this is just what we'll keep looking for, definitely until these 3 points here. That's going to be the goals that I'm looking for. And then this is the break of structure that we need to close below. So yeah, that's the goals. We'll just keep selling. We've had quite a big impulse down now. So yeah, so it'll just be looking for liquidities from either this high or this high. I'll be looking for liquidity to keep shorting this USD CAD. There was an order flow switch. I think it was this high here. These highs, it actually did close above that high, but yeah, because this didn't really take nice liquidity, you could actually say that that's just one movement down. And now it's taking liquidity, and now it keeps selling. Okay, USD CHF. Lots happening here. Let's just clear the drawings. On the daily, we've come down and we're sort of just sitting. We're in a very slow range at the moment, and we've taken the high there, so we're looking to continue going down, but it's not my favorite. Unless we take more liquidity, there's still this liquidity. So unless we go up, take that just to drive us further down, it seems like we're just ranging a bit, like having a mini range within the range. Yeah, this, I suppose that did close below there, but that didn't take liquidity, so that's one movement. I see this whole thing as one movement. Yeah, so I'm just waiting for maybe that high to be taken for further sells to occur. It's, yeah, we have broken order flow, so now we're actually bullish. So we had the down. We've had the down, we've had a pullback, we didn't take liquidity there, and then we've failed to break that low, and now we've broken that high there. So yeah, it's like our order flow is bullish, which doesn't really go on with USD CAD. But yeah, we'll see where that takes us. Yeah, which way. We could just look for further. Yeah, it could just keep going down. It didn't even touch that. Yeah, so it's a bit of a tricky one, USD CHF. I'm not a big fan of it. Okay, USD JPY, again, we're within a range. And yeah, we've sort of creating a downward trend here, a downward wedge here. Also down this way, we seem to just be forming a wedge pattern going down. So yeah, so we're at the top of the range, and we're just looking to go further down. I was hoping for a little bit higher up this morning to take out these highs. I was looking for a little bit of a buy to take all the highs out, and then from there we sell. But yeah, at the moment we're just continuing down. We could maybe go up from one of these liquidity points, to take those highs, and then from there is the big sell. So this could be early sellers getting into the market. So yeah, that's it for today for the USD pairs. So yeah, we'll catch you tomorrow. Stay diligent, stay profitable, and yeah, see you then. Thanks for joining. Cheers.